Alright, so let's go through everything. So this PC is going to be for basically streaming. So I've got my standard gaming PC over here. Alright, so yeah, this is the current gaming PC I have, but when you stream or record with this, you notice that a lot of times it can cause your games to lag and drop frames, and it kind of affects the experience a lot. So we're going to be doing a second PC to hopefully minimize a lot of that lag. It's just going to do it's going to run OBS and do all the encoding. It's also going to do a lot of transcoding for media streaming to other devices like movies and stuff. So these are the parts we have now. I'm just going to go through everything. So the motherboard. This is the old motherboard I had from this PC. It's a little older, but it's going to do the job fine for the CPU I'm using. The CPU I'm going to be using over here is the Ryzen 5 1600X, and this is also my old CPU. It is fine. I've been using it in this board for years. It has been perfect, so I see no issue using that. The cooler is going to be actually the cooler from the Ryzen 9 3900X I have in the main PC. So I'm not using that cooler. In this PC I'm using an ML240R liquid cooler. So I have the spare air cooler, which should be good. I also have a standard hard drive, Corsair VS550 power supply. For the RAM, we've got, this is the model right here, F4 3200 C16D. It's 3200 megahertz, 16 gigs of AMD recommended memory. I know that's usually not worth any, doesn't mean anything that it's certified for AMD, but because this machine's going to be on 24/7, I wanted to make sure it was compatible, so yeah. Graphics card, this is something I got for free. I know it's overkill. I was planning to use a 1050 Ti I have back there, but I've got this for free. I'm going to be trying it out, see if I like it. If I don't, it's not the end of the world. I can sell it, do whatever I want with it. It doesn't matter. It will be nice to have the extra power in the NVIDIA encoder, and even having a spare PC to run games alongside my main one, so I can record like clips for videos on a different account or whatever. I think that'll be quite cool. SSD 970 Evo Plus 250 gig. Spare one I had laying around. Well, it's not really spare. I did buy it specifically for this machine. So yeah, we are using a DVD drive, so please. I know it's old, but yeah. DVD drive is going to be used for ripping CDs and stuff, so it does have a use. It's not just there to fill space. And the case we have right there is the Corsair Carbide Series 100R. So there we go. That should be everything. It's a bit of a weird setup here. We got the webcam pointing down onto the ground, but yeah, that's how it's going. And I'm not going to be building on the carpet either. I've taken my time to get this piece of cardboard ready for this. So all you people saying that carpet's going to cause static and break everything, even though it's probably not, but we are doing this just in case, to make sure it's all okay. Alright, so in this box, we have the motherboard. I do not have the anti-static bag, don't yell at me. A lot of these parts are used, some of them are new, but most of them are used, so most of the stuff inside the boxes are probably going to be gone already. So I'm just going to grab these SATA cables out of here. Now I'm not going to hunch over try and find the arrow. I'm pretty sure it just goes in this way. Like that. Give it a little wiggle. That's in properly. I can feel it. And pull the lever down. Alright, CPU's done. People say that takes them hours, or it's ridiculously hard, they can never do it. I just did it in 10 seconds. It's not that difficult. Alright, next up. I do apologize, I am using my headset mic because the mic arm on my main mic is not really working, and also it's a dynamic mic, so it doesn't pick up as far, and this one's like on my head, so it's kind of going to work better. Come on, RAM. There we go. That wasn't the RAM snapping, it was the packaging, just by the way. Alright, we're going to do memory. We're going to open up these slots, close these slot 1 and 3, and simply line that up so it goes in nicely, and apply pressure on both sides. Is that inserted firmly? That is clipped down. I am happy with that. All that really matters is that the top of it is nice and clean. I'm going to let that dry for a minute before I put the cooler on it. We might as well do the M.2 drive right now. So this is basically screwed in. Yeah, that's nice and tight. It's supposed to only be finger tight. for this. Let's just slot in the M.2 drive. It's firmly inserted. Alright, not too tight. Don't want to break anything. Take this cooler out. Actually a really nice cooler for a CPU included cooler. Right, so it's got cables on the bottom that are like taped onto it. Does this just lift off? Yep, it does. I'll have to figure out these cables later. It looks like an RGB extension cable, I think. Alright, there's like no instructions to install this cooler, so I'm just gonna try and figure it out as we go. I suppose it can kind of go on only like this way or this way. And I kind of want the logo facing that way at the top, so let's do it like that, I guess. Put that down, there we go, that's in. And then this side, let's go down more. Yeah, it does. And then you pull that lever down. It looks of things. And then that's on, is it? I'd say so. Yeah, I might just move this over and we might open up the case box then. You're not seeing any of this, are you? That's what it looks like inside. It's just a bunch of foam. Yeah, I wish I could zoom out this camera. I was originally planning to have 3 cameras set up, but the other camera I have isn't... well, it is charged, but I don't think I have any way of mounting it in a way that would be better, like it'd be a better angle than these 2 I have here. Alright, let me give you a little tour of this case. It's got 2 fan things at the top. Is there any? There's no fans in that. Okay, it's got a fan thing at the bottom with the fan installed. 2 USB 3 ports, headphone jack. Is that a reset button and a power button? That's nice. I don't have a reset button on my case, and I would really like one because you can program the reset button, at least with my motherboard, you can program the reset button to turn off all the RGB. So if you wanted to leave your PC on at night, you can just have the reset button set to turn off all the RGB. And on this side, it's just standard. I don't like that it sticks out a bit, but what are you going to do? You're not going to see that anyway where I'm having it set up. I think I might have to remove this back fan, let's see. So that is properly installed, and if I give it a little wiggle, there's no way to grab it. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. I've screwed up, haven't I? So this fan cable over here, this has gone under the I/O shield and stuck out the back of the case. Power supply looks like it installs from the inside. Let's open this up then. 550 watt BS550. This is an old one I had. 10-year warranty on this, I think, or is it 5-year? Either way, it's really long. Like, it's power supply is the kind of thing that lasts you for ages. So people continue to use power supplies they bought 10 years ago because a lot of the time the connectors remain the same. And down, and that looks That's installed. That's definitely, absolutely installed. We just need to screw it in. And I've got a cable manage the hell out of this. I suppose we should do the cables now, before we do the graphics card. Alright, so AMD logo, it's his is going towards the AMD logo. Let's check what I've got done. I don't think I've done the same thing. No, mine's going the other way. So I'm gonna grab this, raise it, pull it down. Oh, something broke. And there we go. What is this? Is the left side was, both sides were clipped in, but as I applied pressure to clip in the right side with that clip, the left bracket part, the part that the motherboard, like the part that the cooler attaches to, has come off. It's like ripped straight off. So this piece here has nothing to clip onto anymore. What do we do about that? We can at least figure out if this thing posts, which is what we're here for. Okay, oh, what do we do next? Graphics card? I think all that's left is the graphics card, if I'm not mistaken. So just lift this out and place that down. So you have to remove the plastic protective film before you use it. So where do we grab this from? Let's grab it from here. Look at that peel. That's one side. I've already removed it from the fans. That's the other side there. Is there any more plastic on it? I don't think so. PCIe slot retention thing is pulled down. The protective thing is taken off the card. Nothing else, I don't think. So slowly place that in there. So put the two screws back on the side. So this has to be facing down, with these connectors going inwards like that. Alright, now who reckons this is going to post? And this board is configured to auto power on when it gets power from the wall. So I can't test the power button until I turn it off, I guess. Is the power supply switch set to off? No, it isn't. Set it off. And I guess we'll plug it in. There we go. So it's going to sit, ideally, it's going to sit between here and here at the back. So I've run the cables down this way already for it. I've got a USB, Ethernet, USBs for the UPS and the Ethernets for Ethernet. And there's one HDMI going to one of the displays. Yep, that's the right connection. So now, if we flick the switch on the power supply, what's going to happen? Is it going to work? Let's go. White light on the graphics card RGB is on. Motherboard RGB is on. The PC should start up shortly. Don't have a keyboard hooked up. Wait, I can do that. I can do that while it posts. So I can get in the BIOS. Plug keyboard wireless dongle into the computer. Right, post. It's going to freak out because it has a new CPU installed, so it's going to want to reset the BIOS. So it's probably going to take a minute to work out all that. Either that, or it's is this on? Either that, or it's oh, it is on. There we go. Go into the BIOS. New CPU fan install. Press F1 to run setup. F1. What's CPU temp? CPU temp is 75 degrees. Let's turn that off right now before it fries itself. Alright, there we go. So we got a successful post. So here is attempt 1, super gluing the piece back in place. I have tried this 2 times already. Both times it's just popped off, so let's see if it works this time. So we're going to figure out where this goes. Let's get this all lined up. I believe it goes on like that. There we go, that's glued in. As you can see. We're going to put some more glue around it to hopefully keep it in. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's close it with glue, and I'm going to get rid of the rest that is on my hands, and then we'll try and see if it actually works. Alright, so I've now reinstalled the bracket. It was this bottom one that broke, but I've moved it up with the top one and swapped them around. Hopefully that gives it more strength, and then this might work. So the cooler's just sitting here. So the bottom part is now clipped in, and there we go, that's the top half in. So now my guess is that when I lower this bracket, which tightens it and puts the weight down on the cooler, let's hold it steady. Weight's down. Let's see if it's going to work. Well, I'm going to leave it for a minute, see if it pops up. Oh, it just popped up. So it looks like already, yeah, the cooler is no longer secure, and it's not going to have enough weight to actually transfer the heat. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Might as well clean the thermal paste off this CPU as well while I'm here. I'm not going to be reusing that at any point. We might as well remove the brackets as well, because we'll be replacing these since super glue definitely does not work. So I'm going to end this video here. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed it, or subscribe if you really enjoyed it, or even check out the full stream on Twitch, which I'll have linked in the description. It's about 2 hours long, which is why I've cut it down for this YouTube video to be a bit more entertaining. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.